Hello, confirmation families. Those with those students in our confirmation program. When you're going through the kind of the letters that are online, explaining some of the things. So here we go. So in addition to your son or daughter picking up whatever either of their packets for the fall, they'll have one in the spring. I'm working on them right now. Otherwise, I would have had them in one big packet. But don't worry. There'll be company letters for each grade. So 7th grade and 8th grade. And the first two lines are actually the same for both. So first one is attend in-person Zoom sessions. Okay, I'm going to have to make a correction there. And then miss no more than 2 sessions in total. So essentially not missing more than 2 kind of either in-person and or Zoom sessions in total. And essentially missing more than that would be missing almost, more than a month of class, if you will, if we had in-person class sessions because of how we're doing the hybrid this year. So that's the reason for that. If something comes up or, I'll reach out and say, hey, what's going on, and maybe we can work something out. So I'm willing to work with you, but just haven't had a problem in the past though with attendance and such. Participate in the confirmation retreat on Wednesday, March 23rd at St. Joseph's from 4:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Not 8:30, 8 p.m. Dinner will be provided for your child. All right. Well, I missed that. Okay. Don't show my mistakes on video, I guess. Your child during the retreat. So this. So there's no regular religious ed. We're just going to have our kind of an evening retreat for the confirmation students, both years. So year 1, 7th graders, and then 8th graders. So both year 1 and 2 will be this retreat, and dinner will be concluded as we. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about. We'll feed your kids. All right. So this is. Yep, still working on some of the details for that retreat, but it'll be all just here at St. Joe's. So very, very important. For some reason that doesn't work, let me know sooner than later. Then I can give you alternatives. And then 7th graders, that's all. 7th grade families, you're good. All right. The rest of the stuff is just for 8th grade, but you can continue to listen if you want to learn about what the 8th graders are doing. The next thing on here was confirmation saint information filled out by Wednesday, February 22nd, 2022. Both this confirmation saint information and sponsor information. They're both due that first Wednesday of February. You can get them to me earlier. I take photo. You can shoot a picture and send it to the religious ed email. You can mail it. You can bring a hand copy in person. Many different ways. The forms are actually in here, and they're also, this whole packet is one PDF online that you can print off pieces. If you lose a piece, lose the whole thing, or lose a piece of it. So here's the confirmation sponsor form. So this goes through. You put your son or daughter puts their name up here, name of sponsor. Their telephone, email, and then your sponsor, let's say John Doe. I've been asked to be a sponsor for, let's say your child was Katie or something, Katie Robinson or something. I'm a member of blank blank, so your sponsor, they can write down what parish they're a part of. Here's the requirements of a sponsor. They have to receive all the sacraments of initiation, baptism, confirmation, and Holy Eucharist in the Catholic Church. I'm at least 16 years old. I'm not a father or mother of the person being confirmed. They can be a grandparent. They can be an aunt or uncle. They can be an older sibling who's receives all their other requirements, but can't be parents. They're kind of sponsors as an addition, if you will. And then and then they're just saying I practice my faith. There's nothing prevents me from being in full communion with the church. Most common one is in a marriage that's not blessed by the Catholic faith, so they were married outside the church would be disqualifying. And then they would sign it, date it, and then the one being confirmed signs it. And this is the form they get back to me. I recommend doing it sooner than later. All right. And if you're like, well, we don't know, I don't have the date actually of when the confirmation is. We don't know yet. But if your sponsor for some reason can't make it, don't worry. You can have a proxy, but we can still have whoever you choose as your confirmation person kind of be the official sponsor, even if they can't make it to the day of. That's okay. All right. So I encourage you just to work on, get this done sooner than later. And then confirmation saint information. So here's a little form for choosing a saint, and to see the saint as their sponsor in heaven. So they choose a sponsor on earth and then one in heaven. So name, sponsor, when they live. What is your saint, the patron? So what their saint, patron saint of, are they a patron saint of anything? A couple important events in their life, and then why they were chosen. There's a list of saints here. As well as in November, in December, they're in person in December. They'll have actually some time with their in-person kind of their group actually to look at some different saints and stuff. So if they have a saint and they want to do it, they can get this all filled out. But there will be some time in class to look at some saints. I got saint comics too, that they'll be able to look at. Maybe inspire some of them, different saints. And then these last couple pages, just lists of saints and descriptions, and it mentions also some of the patrons that they're patron of. I know it's really small print, but don't worry, if your kids can read it, even if us adults, it's a little harder. So that's the confirmation program. If you have any questions, please do just reach out to myself or Julie at the Religious Ed email. God bless. One more thing, those with a son or daughter receiving a sacrament, the spring part of a religious ed year, I do need baptismal information. I do have those that were baptized here at St. Joseph's or St. Francis Xavier. I have their information. Those that were not, I probably do not have their information. So if you receive an email and it says, Father, I'll need this information about your son or daughter, their full name, full middle name, date of birth, approximate when they were baptized, where at, and then the names of the parents, so first and last name, and the mother's first name and her maiden name. That's how it's in the baptismal. If you get that information back to me, that's all you got to, and myself and Julie will get the certificates from the parishes and such. So just respond to that email, make it all easy. If maybe you have to go a little digging of trying to, if you moved around and stuff, where your son or daughter was baptized, but make that easy so that your son or daughter can be all ready to receive the sacraments next spring. Because I need that documentation to prove that they've been baptized before I can administer first communion or for confirmation. So either of those programs. God bless.